Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls. And the setting of my chair occasionally gets that it doesn't lean back. Right now, I can't lean back, so I can't show you that way. But I've got little Gojira here. And she's a little sweetheart, of course. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to have a hamster for the video this morning. Everyone seemed to be asleep, but when I looked down into her cage, she was eating. Her little house that she sits in is an arch of wood, and it's not completely set up against the wall, so I could see her little face. And she was eating. She was awake. So I scrabbled and I made noise until she came out, but as you can tell, she wants to go back to bed. So I'm going to put her back. There you go, little one. Thank you very much. So now she's back in her Samla box from IKEA. They're a very, very good bin. Quite excellent. So good thing. She's irate about things, you know, because I woke her up. So she's busy wandering around now and thumping around in boxes. So good deal. She'll be okay. And I have been kind of weirded out about this thing that happened last night. And it was late. It was late. I had been in here all day making videos, and then I kind of fell asleep after everything was done around 6:30-ish. Woke up around 8-ish. So I was unsure whether or not I was going to be able to get any walkies because it had been raining, as stated. But finally, it had stopped raining enough. I put on my shoes. I decided just to go out walkies.
Winkle, winkle, wink, whittle ghost, and kiss a pickle as you haunt your tree. Hey! I'm crying on the inside.
Kitty wanted food. I've got cat food, but she doesn't like non-fish flavor, and all that's left is beef, and so she grudgingly eats just as much of it to stave off hunger as she can, and then doesn't eat anymore. So I went out to get her cat food last night, but made the loop up so I could come down Olympic Highway. I wasn't going to make the walk to Walmart, so instead of making the normal 6 to 7 mile trip, I at least wanted to make this a like 2 or 3 mile trip instead of just a 1 or 2. So I made the loop up, and while I was there, I decided to stop into the pot shop. So it's late. I'm in a hurry. I don't have much money. The government did hit me $300 right off the top, right out of my disability. So my rent is more than my disability check. Thank goodness there were donations from very kind commenters and donators and subscribers and watchers. So I'm okay for this month. I'm gonna have to talk about and see if people can help for the next couple, but that's what was going on. So I've got not much money, but I decided to stop in at the pot shop just to see what they had. So it's late. I'm tired. Can't think well. My cat's hungry. I gotta get stuff for the hamsters. I've got to get back home because I've got to get to bed. I'm already exhausted because I took a shower this morning. That morning. So it was a night where I didn't want to do anything but quickly take my walkies, get my stuff done, come back and then take care of my pets, and then go to bed. Social anxieties. Recovering from the death of my wife. Very busy. No, I'm not going to describe what anybody looks like or any names because I'm not trying to shame anybody. That is not the point of this, and it doesn't matter who. I don't really find an issue, a problem with, you know, guys wanting to go out and hit on people as long as everybody's okay with being hit on, you're good. And gals going out and hitting on people, that's fine too. It doesn't matter who the sexual aggressor is, as long as you're paying attention to definitions and walls and such like that. So in a way, well, I'll continue the story. I was recognized while in the pot shop. Not by name, not they had to ask my name, but I was recognized, and it was I'm not good at ages. She could have been anywhere from 10 years younger than me to 10 years older than me. I mean, a nice looking individual, very well formed, well shaped, well dressed. But I became a bit of conquest. And I could tell exactly what was going on, because there was a lot of very, very sexually suggestive stuff occurring physically. And the words are of leaning deep in and going, no, 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 I'm wondering if you want to come back to my place. I'm not a normal guy. I don't like being organic. I've thought about this, and I'm quite sure it's from being physically abused by my grandfather when I was a child, because he did not know how to deal with boys. He raised 3 girls, and he was born before 1900, you know, so he was the older type where children are to be seen and not heard. So he interacted with me primarily through the use of his belt. And that was fun. And then of course my mother's second husband, the guy who actually gave me his last name, liked the last name. I'm glad the man himself is dead. But at the time I was getting sexual abuse from him, and sexual abuse from the neighborhood children, because they were getting sexually abused at home and were acting out in the only way they knew how. The 60s and 70s were a terrible time for kids. When you hear the conservatives talking about how bad things are right now, it used to be, I mean, the levels of violence against everyone right now are like right here, especially for children. And it used to be kidnap, murder, rape was up here, and we're here. When I was growing up, it was like this, 10 times as hard. So when they tell you things are hard and bad now, no, they're really good. They are really good. We are at lowest levels, record low levels. But when all you hear about is one thing, that's all you hear about. But that was going on. And so at this point in my life, at 56 years old, I don't like being organic or biological. I'm very fastidious. I don't like getting stuff on me. I mean, if I'm eating food and I get something on my face, I've got to clean it off right there. I don't like getting stuff on me. I'm very fastidious that way. If I could get myself a cyborg body and replace my body, I would. I don't like eating food. I can't taste it, and it's tiring, and there's no pleasure gotten out of eating. It's painful. So I don't like eating. I definitely don't like excretion. The time sat in the bathroom is no fun, because my bowels have always been very bad, and I've had to deal with just literal gut-wrenching pain my whole life. So I don't like my physical body, which I'm sure helps with the whole self-loathing and self-hatred that I've had to deal with my whole life as well. Even when my wife wanted to have bedroom playtime, I would have to flip a mental switch in my head to go into, okay, it's time to be physical mode. I would literally have to make that decision. Do I want to flip this switch for bedroom time, or do I want to stay in the mental place where I am now and say, sorry, I want to go play video games? And then I would have to make that decision. Well, you know, it's not fair for her if I don't. Click. Ah, now the blood flow is going elsewhere than my brain. So I'm not a physical type person, and at the same time, of course, I hate disappointing people. So when I made it clear that I wasn't going to go with this woman, and I wasn't going to go get high and do more, well, very disappointed. But it wasn't because of me as a person. I was effectively just some gal that stopped in a bar for a drink and then was hit on so hard that she had to leave the bar. So it was not fun. I'm not the kind of guy that likes just random coupling with people. And even at that, I didn't go out to get laid. I went out so that I could walk my legs and I could get cat food and then come back and take care of my pets. I didn't decide to go out to a bar. I didn't go somewhere so I could dip my wick. I went somewhere so that I could get my stuff done and go home. I'm sorry I've got a background of physical and sexual abuse. I'm sorry that I've got an obligation to my pets. I'm sorry that I am who I am. So in the end, I was so flummoxed I didn't even buy cat food. So thumbs up for that. I mean, on the one hand, it is flattering. I mean, the idea of being desired for any reason is nice. Even if it's because you're less a person and more just a warm body. But life is life. I mean, I survived and I'm going to keep going. I'm not unhappy. I'm still recovering from the death of my wife. I'm still trying to get over stuff like the death of my mother. I'm having stuff coming up from 40 years ago that I haven't thought of in 40 years. Just I'll be lying in bed and bam, I remember all of a sudden. My brain is waking up. And it's in a lot of ways, I just don't know how to deal with it because I've never had to deal with it. I was drinking alcohol before I was 10 years old to deal with the pain of the physical and sexual abuse. By the time I was in high school, I was an alcoholic. Not physically dependent yet. It was mental because I did, of course, go through basic training and tech school in the military. You couldn't drink at all while you were in basic training. Now, while you could drink while you were in tech school, of course, it was while you weren't going to classes, and largely you confined that to maybe some beer at night after you got your studying done, but your weekends were crazy. Of course, we were all a bunch of young men and women, and we were all crazy. So, but and when you become an alcoholic, when you become an addict to anything, the minute you start indulging in your addiction, your social maturation stops. So if you start drinking at age 12, your social maturation stops at the age 12 level. And until you can put effort back into that by not drinking, you stay there. So if you become sober at age 30, you have the social maturation of a child of 12. You've got 2 decades to try and catch up on. So it's joyous. But life is life. I mean, life is life. And of course, it's another 90-degree turn. Hope you were wearing your seat belts, otherwise you're going to smack your head on the windowsill. My sincere apologies. But I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. It is a range of 20 to 25 because even though I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand, with my depression, fibromyalgia, brain damage from alcoholism, and more, I'm lucky I can remember that my name is Reginald P. Farquhar, so thumbs up for that. Now, I am going to likely mispronounce everybody's usernames. I'm an American English speaker. We're not really good at names. I'm better than most. I have to admit that. But what can I say? And, of course, I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm going to read as many as I can afterward, answer as many as I can, thumbs up each one I read. But right now, I'm just thanking you for having left me a comment. So good comment, bad comment, and different comment. The fact is you left me a comment. You took the time to write something. Thank you very much. It is appreciated very, very much. So, let me call on my Chrome. Shilpa Bernard, thank you very, very much. And Conspo Lopez, greatly appreciated. Serenity Soka, thumbs up and thank you. Sat Ali, greatly appreciated. A, thumbs up and thank you. John G, greatly appreciated. Official Aaron, thumbs up and thank you. Getting to appreciate seeing your name in the comments, thank you. And Thomas S, greatly appreciated. Simon Scott, greatly appreciated. Ill Will Gaming, heck of a name, thank you. Josh Hone, thumbs up and thank you. Otaku Lolicon Lover, how about that? Mariah Stacy, greatly appreciated. Rebecca XD, thumbs up and thank you. Pandora NYC1, always good to see you in the comments. And Russian Timing, did I already say it? No, I don't think I did, but now I did, thank you. No Potato Gaming, aw, potatoes are good. And Hadi Abbas, thumbs up and thank you. JDM, greatly appreciated. Tundra Keeper, always good to see you in the comments. MNK Monk RB and Animations, thumbs up and thank you. ACR Future, greatly appreciated. Looks like katakana or kanji and then young Y, but I could be way wrong. Thank you very, very much. It is appreciated. And last but not least, Deafening Silence. Greatly appreciated. Each and every one of you has stated to get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with actual people. Thumbs up. Thank you very much. Sometimes your interactions with other people leave you feeling all sorts of conflicted. But it's good to have happen. People are good no matter what. I bear no ill will toward anybody on what happened. I'm sorry I disappointed people. But I'm just not that kind of guy. I hate being physical. What can I say? I'm a damaged individual. I'm very damaged. I am broken. I've been trying to put myself together after the death of my wife, but I know I'm broken. I've been broken for decades. I don't even know what normal is or feels like. And thumbs up. And hey, if you can check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, NearlySeniorCitizen.com, since Google Plus is finally going away. Maybe? But if you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. But if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. Really, it is. And of course, if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool, greatly appreciated. Definitely. I started this channel to save my life, and I'm here because of you, so thank you so very, very much. But if you cannot or do not want to subscribe, I understand. But if you do, I will do my best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time, and that's a very good thing. Well, good golly, Miss Molly, it's 19 minutes and 20 seconds. Well, no, it's the weekend, and I take it easy on myself on weekends. I'm just going to have game videos, vlogging and game videos over this weekend. I have a Minecraft video for later on this evening, and who knows what I'm going to do for the rest of the weekend. I have no idea. But I'm going to try and take it easy on myself because, you know what, we all deserve it. So, take care. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing.